across Europe, you find many energy companies. We were born out of E.ON. We are a company that is mainly consisting of power production, a large hydro fleet, and a big gas import portfolio. On that side, of course, over the last couple of years, our world has changed massively. The Ukraine conflict, the war, really changed our whole world. And on the other hand, we are starting to rebuild renewables in a big scale. Talking about the context of this event here, this is about future cities, this is about connecting social networks and people. Here you can see roughly our portfolio. So the most interesting part, I guess, for you guys is the connection that we do towards business-to-business customers. So Uniper itself is providing power, gas, but also renewables and green solutions. Industrial customers and mainly distribution companies, municipalities, cities are our main clients. Having said that, you will also notice that we are really investing massively into renewables under low carbon gases. That's one thing to consider, as well as renewables in a classic way, like wind parks, solar, to turn that into our portfolio. And as I said earlier, Bangalore is 25 degrees Celsius, it's wonderful weather here. But over there in Europe, but also in the US, the winter this year is unexpectedly strong and long. That means our gas storages are slowly getting down. We are also thinking about how can we steer and control the grid, which is absolutely imperative for us as an operator. And in that sense, we are seeking for new ways to bring in new gas, new qualities, new sources into our portfolio. A quick outline of Uniper's history with India. And I'm impressed to hear the event takes place so often. I've been connected to India since about 2014. We have a long history as a company to work with Indian companies, Indian partners. Of course, it all kind of started with offshoring, as many people do, like Infosys, Wipro, and others. But clearly also, on the other hand, we started some years ago with our own business here in India. So there used to be an engineering service out of India that we developed, which really sold and developed our German engineering solutions across the continent. But since recently, or some years, we also been investing into a capability center. So we have now a little, maybe Nano NCC, Nano GC is the name for that. We're investing into our own stuff here in Bangalore as well as in Noida. And last but not least, and that's, I think, the headline here in the middle, India, for us, is becoming more and more relevant as a partner in the energy supply portfolio. So, as we just heard, our German Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, he met Narendra Modi, and they signed also a big number of contracts. And in the same context, Uniper also signed a large contract with AM Green, which is a provider of green ammonia. Ammonia, for those of you who don't know, that's a big way or an important way in the future to ship hydrogen across the continent, across the world, literally speaking. And India is becoming really one of the main sources for that, because you've got this great opportunity here to produce green ammonia for your own purposes, but also for shipping. This contract really highlights a massive milestone. The 500,000 tons per year are sort of a projection for the years to come. And that really helps us to decarbonize in a big scale. So all the industries or the sort of municipalities who need green energy to heat, to produce their industrial production, that's what we need for that. It's a long-term play, but it's great to see this now happening in the intersection between our countries and the industries across. At the same time, as I said earlier, we also started to build an IT facility, and that team is extremely engaged with these activities as well. So we are really combining the capabilities that we have in the IT as well as in the energy. So that group, consisting of about 65 people now, is really helping us a lot to sort of drive our innovation forward. This is a bit of a history. So as I said earlier, we started like 2017, but now recently we are in this growth phase. And one of the main points for us that helps us in that is really the collaborative approach. I think we heard it earlier last week by the German ambassador that the Indo-German relationship is really at its all-time high, and it feels at the moment like the Uniper collaboration with India is also at a really peak time, because we're seeing this energy stuff coming together, the exchange on technology as well, working with partners, Andreas in the house, or Saurabh is over there from Wipro, and some others, that's really developing now, and the seeds are really starting to take shape. And for us ourselves, we are, of course, combining the skills that we find here, the talent pool of Bangalore in particular. That's really good to see. But we also extended it to academia, so offering trainees to come in and fostering the exchange. And it's not an ODC for us, it's really the eye-level interaction, the exchange that's happening in both ways. So people come over from here, from Germany to Bangalore, and vice versa as well. People spend 2 or 3 weeks abroad working with our folks over there in Europe. And that really also nurtures the talent and keeps the motivation high. So my message is really to use that opportunity that we have built, and we grow this as we go. For us, this is currently really the time really to invest into more talent, into more modernization. AI comes into the mix. Germany or Europe is asking for more data centers. Green energy is the key to provide to that. I haven't put it on the slide, but we just signed a contract last week with a data center operator in Europe to provide them with green energy going forward, and that's the way to go. And it will happen here in India as well, I'm sure of that. So that's my closing slide. I think for us, capability building is absolutely key, and capabilities go across the domain skills, the energy, as well as technology, and of course, across the continents, because that really drives also the innovation and as well the joy in what we are doing. So thanks for listening. Last but not least, listed some of the members here, or the partners. I think I mentioned that.